Hello everybody, Josh12 back here again with another video, and I'm here with another DC Talk video. Yes, I'm finally discussing something that's DC and Marvel related in these solo vlogs. Now, main reason as to why I haven't really discussed anything in these kind of solo vlogs has to be mostly due to the fact that the main topic of today kind of burnt me out and almost made me unclear as to whether or not I want to discuss anything comic book related anymore, specifically DC related. So I've kind of been on the fence ever since the release date of the movie, with the exception of teaser trailers here and there. But with that being said, there was an interesting topic that came out today that really made me want to just, turn on some shit and, kind of rant for a while. So that's basically what I'm doing, and that has a lot to do with Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Yes, the movie came out to mixed reactions and Rotten Tomatoes scores so low that makes your mothers cry. Apparently, the editing was a major problem with that movie. For me personally, the major problem with the movie is the editing and the incoherence of the film. A lot of people would differ and say, no, it's a betrayal of the characters. Batman is evil and Superman, what is he doing? Wonder Woman, nah. Those people, you can have your opinion on that front, but my major problem is the incoherence, the lack of gelling with the scene to scene, and of course the editing and pacing of this film. Betrayals aside, I think it's a pretty decent flick. But with that being said, we got an interesting interview from editor David Brenner, who edited Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, the theatrical cut, and he gave out some very interesting things within his interview regarding BVS. Now, we all know that Zack Snyder plans to release a Blu-ray cut of 3 hours. And as much as I'm interested to see that version of the movie that hopefully, rekindles my spirit into DC content, I really was interested with David Brenner's comments towards the Blu-ray cut and the overall editing process of BVS. Now granted, these are big Hollywood studios. Editing processes in these movie studios are, a major focus point, and they just have total control, and they just got to do everything to make sure they can have a good theatrical run. However, David Brenner released some very interesting information. Number one, he gave out that the movie originally was supposed to be not only 3 hours, but 4 hours long. It was a 4-hour-long film, and on top of that, major sequences and major plot lines and stories were cut out, and of course, rearranged in the incoherence that is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. And when I saw and read all of this in his interview, I got so angry, because it's like, it's kind of like throwing back into the Fantastic Four problem, which is you hire Josh Trank to make a movie. They decided to take that movie and rearrange it because they didn't like it, apparently. But when a studio signs on something, why can't you just build on that and just release what you freaking signed up to make? Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice apparently is meant to be a 4-hour film, as we're hearing with this new interview, and there were so many interesting storylines and story points that are supposed to take place a lot later in the film. Of course, spoilers if you haven't seen the movie yet, but in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, Lex Luthor shows up apparently a lot earlier than what he's supposed to, and there's a lot of solo storylines containing characters that are obviously either cut out or rearranged in different positions in the film. Granted, once again, this is the big Hollywood studio, machine. They're obviously going to change things around for their own purposes, but at the same time, to hear this kind of news that, oh my god, this movie's supposed to be 4 hours long, and on top of that, we're not even going to see that 4 hours long possibly anytime soon, and on top of that, it could have been a better cut than the version we already got. It just angers the crap out of me that Warner Brothers and Zack Snyder and Charles Roven and whoever the fuck wrote this movie couldn't come up with a legit plan to say, if this movie's going to be 4 hours, let's make it 4 hours and release that. A lot of people were like, no, it's because it was rated R, so they had to cut out stuff so it could be, PG-13. If that were true, then why were all these other storylines that were either A, important, or B, ineffective to the overall scope of the movie were cut out of the film and apparently going to be released with the Blu-ray version? So I don't know. For me personally, this is a major problem over at Warner Brothers and their planning for the DCEU. I'm still excited for Suicide Squad. I'm still excited for Wonder Woman, which are the upcoming flicks for the DC universe. But this just really makes me think, like, why is this happening? Why couldn't you just come up with a plan and stick to said plan instead of, as David Brenner puts it, cuts out the fat of the freaking original cut to make a theatrical cut, and then on top of that, freaking, rearrange major sequences in the film? it's just a really annoying notion, and on top of that, it just makes you think like, what was this Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice film supposed to be? I guess once the Blu-rays come out, we'll finally get a much larger idea, but at the same time, it just makes you really think. So, at the end of the day, let me know what you personally think with this overall interview with David Brenner, the editor of the said movie of Topic, and of course let me know what you personally think about the Blu-ray cut and the 4-hour cut that we'll probably never see of Batman Superman Dawn of Justice. What was this movie meant to be, and is the other versions better than the theatrical version, and does anything make any sense? I really don't know, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. Once again, hope you guys enjoyed. Shameless plug time. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh12. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been Josh12.